welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be bringing you a haul today. It's been a little while. I didn't film for about a week and a half. This past week, my daughter Lisa, who edits my videos, was away in Florida with my other daughter, Fresh Blooming Clothing, Melissa. So they had a great time together. I don't know that they got any footage, but welcome back, Lisa. So glad to have you home, not only to be with you, but so that we can get on with making more videos. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Karen and I am Lavender Clothesline on Instagram and on YouTube. I always forgot the name of YouTube. And on eBay, I have a store. So today I have a hard goods haul. This is mainly from, I think this is from one store. And it's just, as usual, a big mishmash, as I always say, of what I picked up, what I like picking up, and a few things that I just picked up because I thought they were really cool, and I'm going to show you those. I just also want to address a few things with you guys real quick. So many of you are contacting me, which I love hearing from you guys. I love when you leave me comments down below. I love when you message me. I'm just going to ask that if you want to ask me a question or give me a comment, that you would do it either down below in the comment section on YouTube on this video, or if you would email me, and I will leave my email down below in description. It is lavenderclothesline@gmail.com. I'd rather not have you message me on eBay. eBay frowns on conversation having to do with anything other than items in my store or eBay platform itself. So I'm sorry I can't answer any of the questions or comments that I get on my eBay store comments or messaging system, but I'd be happy to talk to you guys in the comments down below or through email. So I hope I said all of that okay. I'm not going to talk about eBay glitches because I'm over it. Not that they're over, but I'm over it. I just want to stay positive and keep going. My sales are up, so I'm pretty thrilled about that. But I have been pushing hard. I have been listing every single day and just really getting a lot of listings up for fourth quarter, and my sales are improving. So always happy about that. I hope you guys are doing well. And today, like I said, we're just going to cover things that I found mostly at the thrift store. I think this is all from the thrift store. Once in a while I do retail arbitrage. I'll do Home Goods or TJ Maxx or Ollie's, a couple different stores, but I really don't show those type of things because most of that I'm picking up multiple quantity, and I don't want my store to suffer in sales because the market gets saturated if I'm finding something. So mostly what I show you here will be vintage items and just fun finds that I found along my way, mostly yard selling and thrifting, which the weather has been a little bit chilly here in central Pennsylvania, but there have been a few days where there have been yard sales, so that's always exciting. I think yard sales bring my best profit margin. So during yard sale season, I am out pretty much every weekend, even if I'm going someplace else. If there's a yard sale sign, I am definitely pulling over and hopping out. I always keep a little bit of cash in my wallet. And so having said all of that, you may have noticed that I have a couch behind me, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit first. That is a Natuzzi, N-A-T-U-Z-Z-I couch, and Natuzzi is a company in Italy. I don't know if Natuzzi truthfully is made in Italy and everything is shipped here. I think that's what it is. I know they sell a lot of Italian leather couches, and that's what Natuzzi is famous for. So when I found this cloth couch, I was pretty excited. This was coming into the bins actually, and the people dropping it off, I got to meet them, and they had a pickup truck filled with furniture, and I grabbed this. So I paid $8 for this couch. I think maybe you could see it. It is a backless couch. Some people call it a kissing couch or a chaise lounge. There's different names for it. A sleeping couch, but I paid $8 for it. And this couch is going to go into consignment at Amy's store. Amy is my friend, and she's opened her store, which is spectacular, and it is called Always Never Done. I thought I might have been renting a space within Amy's, and I was looking forward to that, looking forward to just putting items in Amy's store. It's a great store, but after running the numbers, I felt for me, it was better for me to do consignment with Amy. So still putting lots of stuff in her store, just a little bit of a different business model. So that's what's going on with that couch. I will be dropping that off today. I actually fit this couch in my Jeep. If those of you follow me on Instagram, I was like heave-hoing and getting it. It fit by the skin of my teeth, and I got the hatch closed and drove it home. So really happy with that find. And on the couch are pillows that I picked up. Let me grab some of those. That I picked up yesterday. Yesterday was what? What was yesterday? Wednesday, Tuesday. I found these pillows, brand new, never been used. So I got this pattern and I got this diamond pattern. And I was thrilled to find these. They have beautiful material, really thick. It's almost like a wool. It's a little bit textured. And I paid, let me remember, $6.97 for 3 of them. So what is that, like $2.33 a piece. I will be bringing these to Amy's also. So 6 pillows all together, great find, and this will be going to consignment. The picture on the wall, I don't know if you guys can see that, is a picture that I picked up quite a while ago. I've had this print for about 2 years, and I found it in a thrift store. I believe I paid $8 for it. I might be a little bit off on that, but just under $10 definitely. And this is a French Sauvignon brandy, and I loved this picture. I thought this was great fun, and you know what? I'll actually take it off the wall and show it to you guys. So, how fun is this? It is a marionette, I believe, or what is a clown called? Oh, a mime, maybe a mime. And she has a tennis racket in her hand, and she's getting ready to hit a bottle, and there is a parrot on the bottle. The whole thing is great fun. So it's a famous print, and you can look that up. The real ones, the original ones, bring a very high dollar. This is a print, but the graphic on this is so good. I'm done looking at it, even though I love it. I like to change things up in my house, and I will be bringing that to Amy's too. So Amy is located in, I believe the town is Landisville, Pennsylvania, and always never done. You can look her up on Instagram. So hi Amy, I'll see you in a little while with my carload. We actually have 2 cars going over, a truck and a car with all the stuff I'm bringing over. The next item is also going to Amy's. This is Farmer's Market sign. It is made out of aluminum, and this will be going to Amy's. I picked this up. I paid $5 for this in the thrift store, and this is just bigger than I want to ship. I have been downsizing what I'm shipping. Now don't get me wrong, I still crazily ship lamps and all kinds of breakables, but the bigger things are just costing too much money to ship, and my buyers pay shipping. So I'm always aware of how much the buyer is going to be turned off by the amount of shipping. And I heard shipping is going up again. I've been using FedEx home ground delivery more and more, and not shipping larger items through USPS because it's so cost prohibitive. But it's great to have Amy's. That's where I'll be putting larger items. So great find. I paid $5. I have no idea how Amy's gonna price, but I feel if I buy in at a low enough amount, price, I'll be able to make profit, and I don't have to take photos and measure and list and ship. I'm just picking things up and dropping them off at Amy's, so that's a win-win. The next item that I want to talk about is this stained glass cat light. Look how fantastic this is. I'm actually going to push this table a little bit closer. Let me see if I can do this. I'm dropping things. Okay. This is a slag glass, stained glass cat. He has green eyes and a little red nose, and I thought he was fantastic. Now I've left the bottom out so you can see. This has a little, I think this is a 25 watt bulb in him, and he is actually missing a piece of his glass in the back. But I don't think that's going to hurt the value of it too much. I think cats are so in favor, and this was so unique. I grabbed this. I paid $3.97 for it, so $4. And he's electric, and he has a little switch on his cord. And there he goes. We shut him out. What great fun. I'm not sure if he's vintage or not. I think so. A lot of times the way I tell vintage is by what type of plug the item has. So that's one of the telltale signs. And this is the bottom. I purposely left it off so you could see. This is lined with foil, I guess to reflect any heat that the bulb would produce. And this is the back. It's just a felted. This almost looks handmade to me, but it does have manufacturer writing on it. And it just talks about how high wattage to use with your bulb. And it's made in China, so more modern, not necessarily vintage. All right, what shall we talk about next? I want to talk about this handbag. This handbag is a tooled leather handbag, and it's just beautiful. This is vintage, I can tell by the leather and by the inside. It does not have a crossbody strap, it just has this little handle and metal hardware. There's no marking on this. I don't see a made in this country or that type of thing. So I'm thinking that somebody that did leather work made this, and this is just beautiful. Really, really pretty. Hope you guys can see that. This is the back. We got the sunshine here today. So I said yes to this, and I paid $5 for this bag, so great find. All right, what? Let's talk about something totally crazy. This is even crazy for me. Ready for this one? Look at this statue. I am just in love with this silly little thing. When I saw this on the shelf, it's one of those things on the shelf in my cart, on the shelf in my cart, because the boys' faces are so well done, I knew that this was decent quality. I'm hoping you guys can see that. Can you see these little faces? Hopefully Lisa will be able to zoom in when she edits this. There's one boy, there's the other. Whoop, I have to go this way, I think. And there's the third. Look at the fine detail. The quality of the painting on the faces is really nice. And if you notice, some of them have open mouths. When you find a doll or a statue that has an open mouth and you see the teeth and the tongue, a lot of work went into that. Most cheaply made dolls will have a closed mouth, or statue a closed mouth. They don't want to have, the manufacturers don't want to have to create the teeth and the tongue, all of that detail in a small space. This is very well done. And when I saw it, I said, what are those little Chinese boys holding? Is this a turnip? Is it a radish? What is this? So when I brought it up to the counter in this thrift store, I said to the ladies, I said, what do you girls think this is? And of course, all kinds of funny suggestions happened. I thought it was a turnip. So I said, oh, 3 little Chinese boys holding a turnip. Maybe it's like a gardening thing or for your garden to prosper. Somebody guessed a radish, which I thought that was a great guess. And I won't tell you what everybody else guessed, but I will show you it from that side. So you can imagine what they guessed. And I'd love for you to leave a comment down below what you think it is. But spoiler alert, so if you don't want to know, put the video on pause, comment, and then come back and hear what it is. So I will tell you at the end of the video what this is on top. So 3 Chinese boys holding something, statue. There are Chinese character marks underneath it. This is an antique. I found out, I did some research, and it's called 3 Chinese boys holding a fill in the blank. So leave a comment down below what you think the thing is that they're holding. Remind me to tell you what it is. Okay, we are going to do some shoes because you guys know I always include shoes in my hard goods haul. I don't know why I do that, but that's what I do. This first pair are the individual toed sneakers, and you can see them here. And when I see the name Vibram, V-I-B-R-A-M, I know that's a quality shoe. And these are put out by, who's making this one? 5 Fingers. I think 5 Fingers might be the most popular brand that makes these shoes. So this is 5 Fingers Vibram soles, great shape. I paid $4 for these. And I'm guessing these are gonna bring, now this is just a guess because I haven't had these in a while. I have sold multiple pairs of these in the past. I'm guessing about $40, so I'll have to revisit that again. But I knew that, for $3 or $4, I would get my money back with great profit. So I said yes to those. They're in great shape. Let me tell you what size they are in case any of you are interested. They are a size 42. I think that's European. I'm gonna have to check on that. So I'll have to do the conversion. 42, I think is a men's, let me think about this. 42, this is a men's shoe. I'm gonna say a 9 in men's. All right, the next pair of shoes I found are actually these Ed Hardy suede boots. And I thought these were fantastic. I kind of wish they had the koi fish pattern because Ed Hardy did a lot of koi fish, dragons, snakes. This one is the tiger pattern. So this is a suede boot with a plush lining, great shape, a little bit of schmutz on them, not bad. I did brush them, and yeah, it's just Ed Hardy design, Don Ed Hardy, or Don and Ed, I'm not sure. And the back is a blue toile with the tiger print, and they're in great shape. Is the size on the bottom. Let me see if I can find a size for you guys. I stuffed them with paper to be able to photograph them. And these are a US 7, so a woman's 7. Put that back in there. And yeah, so I paid up for these. Now you know me, I'm really cheap in the stores. I don't like to put out money for anything. I paid $15 for these, which is crazy for me. But I put them in my cart, I put them back. I put them in my cart, and I was like, Karen, just put them in your cart for $15. I mean, I feel for sure I could get at least, I'm gonna say at least $35, $40 for them. I could be wrong, but I was willing to take that chance. So yes to Ed Hardy suede boots with a great graphic of tigers on it. All right, what should we talk about next? We have this pair of sandals, leather sandals. And these are put out by SAS, S-A-S. SAS is a real comfort shoe company. A lot of mature people, older people wear SAS. And I saw these and said, oh yes, holding them backwards. Brown leather, great shape. And I paid $8 for these, and they are a size 7.5. SAS does really well for me. I think the average price of SAS shoes in my store is between $35 and $40 that I get. A lot of times I'm selling the women's loafers when they're in very good shape, like recently. I'll try to remember to insert a photo here. I sold a pair of white women's loafers. I think those were a narrow even, so they took a little bit longer to sell, but I remember getting very good profit for those. So I said yes to these sandals. All right, so that does it for shoes. We did the cat lamp. This is just a big old nothing, but I love stuff like this. It's a little farmhouse basket. It's a wire basket with 3 milk bottles. I would imagine this is used for flowers, like little bud vases. And I thought this was really sweet. Farmhouse style is still very much in vogue or on trend. And I said yes to this. I paid $1.99. And I'll probably take a look at listing them, but I might stick this in Amy's just because I thought it was so sweet, and somebody shopping will just pick this up. You know, I think this will go fairly quick. So really cute, and yeah. All right, are we ready for story time? I haven't done a story time in a long time. So I saw this on the counter, or on the shelf, I should say. It is a coin changer that you wear on your belt. So the vendor puts this on his belt. I'm sure everybody knows this. They put the different coins in, and they can create change very conveniently. When I was a young girl, my mom was raising 5 of us. She was a single mom, and she did a great job. And the ice cream man used to come down my street, and this would just stop our world when we heard the ice cream truck. Do you guys remember that when you were younger? Now, I'm 59, so maybe this kind of culture has changed. But when we were playing outside, we'd be outside from the crack of dawn till, we had to be dragged in. And we would be so deep in imaginative play, but when the ice cream man's bell could be heard, everything would stop. You know, we'd all be listening like intently, and this guy would be like a mile away. And we had an ice cream man called Bungalow Bob, and his truck had a little wooden roof on top. It was almost like a cedar shake roof. And when Bob came down the street, I was young. I must have been maybe 3 or 4, you know, the earliest memory I have of this, and I was with my older brother and sister. And not only was I thrilled to be able to get an ice cream or an ice pop, whatever Bob was selling, but he also wore one of these on his belt. So this is a very early memory. I was thrilled with this as a child. I wanted one of these almost more than I wanted the ice cream. So that tells you something about my entrepreneurial spirit. I wanted to wear a coin changer on my belt. Not that I had any coins, but I just thought this was amazing just to, you know, just to go around making change and giving people money and taking their money and putting it. It's like wearing a bank. How great is that? So when I saw this on the shelf, memories come flooding back. I don't imagine this is going to bring a high dollar amount, $20, maybe not even, $15, $20. And this one is not vintage, I don't believe, because it's got a plastic base to it. But the rest of it is metal. So that's my Bungalow Bob story. He also had a bubblegum machine mounted on the bumper of his truck. Is that the life or what? Carrying around a bank on your waist and a bubblegum machine on your bumper. Does it get any better than that? So he was the idol for every child in the neighborhood. And if you received a bubblegum with a B on it, you got a free ice cream. So the story gets even better. So I said yes to a belt money coin changer thing, and I don't think this is going to bring high dollar profit. All right, sticking with cats, because I pick up a lot of cat things. This is one of those plastic grid systems that you do needlepoint on. I don't know, cross stitch. I don't know what the official name is, but it's a cat. I picked it up for 99 cents. He's really cute. I kind of wish he had a weighted bottom, that he was a doorstop. I think that'd be even cuter. So maybe somebody will glue him to one of those brick things or put him up on a shelf. He could be a shelf sitter. And I said yes to him for 99 cents. I figured somebody would want him. I don't imagine this is going to bring more than $10. I'm kind of entertaining myself, just throwing things in the cart. Easy to list, easy to ship. So once in a while I do that. Alrighty, so the next item I saw, and again, I was indecisive. Normally any kind of brass figurines that are well done, I grab right away because to me a brass figurine is going to sell. So I found these figurines. Can you guys see these? Now the horns on them are twisted, so I'm thinking gazelle maybe? I really need to go back to elementary school and learn my animals. I think I was absent that day, or probably just checking out what everybody else was doing. I was very visual, very social, as you could tell, very chatty. But let me say that was a little bit later in my grade school years. When I was young in kindergarten, first grade, I don't think I said a peep. I was just in awe of the whole situation. But once I found my way around school, yeah, I was the girl in the hall that just talked to everybody and just enjoyed life. So we'll put it that way. So these are, I don't know, guys, if they're iron with a brass colored paint over them, or if these are brass. I'm really gonna have to research these. I'm thinking they're iron with a coloring over them. But, so I'm gonna guess gazelle. They're very odd, and I thought, okay, Pier 1 or Pottery Barn, but then I said it really doesn't look like that type of, manufacturing. So I did Google them, but when you have something so oddly shaped, how do you describe this? So I put in spindly deer, spindly gazelles, just tried, and I was ready to put them back because I wasn't finding anything. And then at the last minute, I think I put in something about three-legged, because you can see his leg is all the way up, he's scratching his ear. So isn't that unique? And I have to say they're a little bit precarious to stand them up. You really have to make sure that they're standing, correctly, because they're balancing on three little surfaces of their hooves. And when I put them in, I found something similar. Now, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it was a high dollar amount. I think it was over $100. And I thought, you know, for the $4 I'm gonna pay for the two of them, I'm gonna take a chance on these. So I picked them up. I just have to decide what animal that is. Yeah, tell me what animal that is, guys. I count on you. I'm gonna say a ram or an elk. I'm gonna say gazelle. That's my guess, gazelle. You tell me what you guys think. So I said yes to the two of them for $4. And of course I will report back on my Instagram when they sell, and we can all learn if these things are a priceless treasure or not. Next up is just a simple coffee cup. Yep, sometimes I still pick up coffee cups. This is put out by Grace Teaware. Adorable graphic. Oh, my lighting is so bright. You know, I'm right in front of windows, and I like to do that so you guys can see clearly, but I think sometimes I'm just overlighting my studio here. But this has a rabbit on it, very pretty. I paid 99 cents. I imagine this will bring about $15. Next up, I cannot stop picking up Starbucks. I have a Starbucks mug disease. Every time I see them, I have to get them. I mean, the market is just going to be terribly saturated, and my whole house is going to be filled with these things. And I have to say, I do sell them, but they're not flying out of the store unless you get the rare ones. This is just Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I picked it up, red interior. I paid $2. I imagine if I get 10 to 12, I'll be surprised. So I said yes to this Starbucks mug. These I actually picked up on a prior trip. All my trips blend together because I thrift so much, guys. But these are little birds sitting on top of a log planter. And I thought they were really sweet. They're vintage, made in Japan. And I said yes to these guys. And the two were taped together. I believe I paid $4 for the two together. So I said yes to these, really sweet. And they're in great shape, no chips, no cracks. The next item is just a Pottery Barn Owl Mercury glass ornament. $1.99, it still has this tag on. So I paid $2 for this, and I'll probably sell him. I was thinking maybe I'd keep him. I'm looking forward to getting rid of more and more. I just have too much myself, and it's just a lot to take care of. So as you grow old in life, I think you want to downsize and just minimalize, so there's less to take care of. But I said yes to this guy, and I imagine he's going to bring around the $15 mark. Pottery Barn always does well. I always tell you guys that. The next to the last item are these three vintage ornaments. This one says holly, this one says mistletoe, and this one's poinsettia or poinsettia, depending on how you say it. They were made by Joanne in 2016. So not vintage, but they have a vintage look to them. I thought they were really sweet. I thought somebody would want them for their tree. You could put little secret messages in it, or little evergreen or flowers coming out of them. So I said yes to these. And I did have 4, I broke one. So, which is rare. For all the moving and gathering and buying of things, I do fairly well with not breaking too much, but I did break the 4th one. And I had paid $2.50 for the 4. So I'm down to 3. Hopefully they'll make it. And the last item in this haul is this sugar and creamer set. Now this has no marking on the bottom. Look at that, nothing. So I'm guessing it might have had a sticker. And it's a beautiful glaze, sugar and creamer. And I fell in love with the shape of this. If I had these colors in my kitchen, I would probably hold on to this. I thought this was gorgeous. So that's what that looks like. The bottom. I'm wondering if this is mid-century modern. It's just reminding me of that type of shape. So again, I'm gonna have to do research on this. I don't imagine these are high dollar, profit items, but I paid $4 for the 2. And depending on, who made them, or what company or whatever, I'm imagining 30, that I'll get 30 for them. So I think that is everything, but hang on, I'm gonna get the Chinese statue again, and I will reveal what those little Chinese boys are holding. So this is 3 Chinese boys holding a peach. So that's a peach. And I guess this indentation, we'll call it, was a little telltale sign. But the coloring is pink on top and goes to a white. So maybe Chinese peaches are not like our United States peaches. I know there are white peaches, so maybe that's what this is, but I believe this is antique. I'll show you the bottom. And if you Google or search on eBay or Etsy, 3 Chinese boys holding a peach, quite a few of these will come up. Very heavy, very well done, but if you guessed a peach, you won. So that's a fun game. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I wish I could figure out how to put a subscribe button over here or over there, but we haven't mastered that yet. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I appreciate all of your comments and all of you watching and being so kind. And as always, go out and get what's yours. Bye, guys.